We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Tonight we close out Week 7 together with a good Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They run again with Walker. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Seahawks sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Geno. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Two yards to go, 2nd down. Out of the gun, Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. And he has another first down as they get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Second and 7. To the right side, this is Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. From the gun, here's Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a fourth down. Well played.
A 31-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and that makes the score 7-0. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10 at the 20. Now Herbert to start the drive. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's second and 10 from the 20. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive. On
first and 10, it's Herbert. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They go play action with Hurts. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Uchenna and Wilson got the sack there.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat on 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Oh, that's in the double coverage and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the 6th sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. You talk about this Seahawk defense. And they come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Throwing is Hurts. That is caught by Herbert. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Second and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. He'll get that underneath to Herbert. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Khalil Herbert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Here's Reek Woolen bringing it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Smith. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on your quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's a give up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. So the completion good for just 3. And 8 now.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. From the gun, it's Hurts. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, the coverage with this break out on 3rd down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right, then angle his way up the field, and a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
From the gun, it's Walker. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Man in motion left, that's Smith and Jigba. And he's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's taken down inside the 30. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Options galore here, second and a few inches. Off of play action, here's Smith. And caught by Cameron right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down, Smith. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Myers' kick is good. He's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll have time for 1 play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And you know what I think the defense is saying back to them? Why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Gainwell gets it on the option. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu, his 2nd sack of the night.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, they got a takeaway on the last drive with an interception. How about this sack as a terrific follow-up? And that keeps pressure on this offense, and it could force them into more rush decisions or another turnover.
Fielded at the 33. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
This is Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Smith. They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Walker. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Here we go.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Walker. It looks like he's going to be stopped short of the 1st down by about a yard. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. On 4th down, Smith. And it's going to be batted down and will go the other way with the football. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Good solid gain on 1st down. About what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Second and 6. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's Hurts to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. as they run left side. And down he'll go at the 25. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Back to throw again. Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. Herbert powering up the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the 46-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 2nd and 2. Read option. Here's Herbert. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing is Hurts. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Draymond Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. That is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Herbert is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. 2 runs in a row, only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Burt sets up to throw it. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins with an amazing diving catch. And the Eagles put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
That's caught, and he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Woolen will return it from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Smith. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Play action. It's Smith. Escaping the pressure right. They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Smith. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And he fields it cleanly. 51 yards on the punt there. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Motion left, Smith. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Hurts. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. A give left side here for Herbert. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll set up to throw. Got his man. It's Gainwell. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's a give to Herbert. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they'll indeed take a knee. Down to a knee, and the defense, they can't stop that clock. A couple more of those, and it's going to be victory. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
That second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission,